What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here at the distance. Got a video for you guys. This video was actually requested about a year ago, and I never really got the chance to get to this video. And actually, what happened was I forgot about it, and a YouTube user had asked me if I ever made the video, and I'm like, oh shit, no, I never made the video. So I decided, today, even though it's been because I think it was like February the 16th of last year, this was suggested to me, and I had surgery around that time. As a lot of you guys remember, I had the surgery, so I missed out on this video. But now I'm gonna make it. It's February 2nd, so I'm extremely late. This video is way past due, but this video is gonna be on Jimmy Wilde. Jimmy Wilde is the first universally recognized flyweight champion of the world. Fought in over 100 bouts. Even fought as a teenager, and what some historians have said, what some historians have said to be, thousands of fights, had hundreds of thousands of fights in boxing booths as a teenager, and many of the earlier boxing writers were considering him to be perhaps one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time. Jimmy Wilde is a fighter that is your typical fighter from that era, from the early 1900s. He had a real smash mouth style. He came forward. He was a puncher. He's considered one of the greatest punchers of all time. I think he's number 2 or 3 on 500 greatest punches of all time. He nearly hit the 100 club, and I think he's one of the first. I think he was one of the first fighters to nearly hit the 100 club when it comes to knockouts. One of the first to nearly get there. Also, something to consider as well is, his normal weight was like 108 pounds and barely got over that weight. When he would venture outside of the flyweight division, he was outweighed. I think he did lose to a fighter that outweighed him by like 12 pounds, and he was sick. You could tell, he's a tough fighter. He was a tough fighter. Just based on that, a lot of the fighters back then were much tougher than, a lot of fighters now. Some fighters now will break a finger and, won't continue to fight, or, have a sprained wrist and won't continue to fight. But this is one of the reasons I take my hat off to a lot of the fighters from the other generations is, they would fight anybody at any time, at any place, and Jimmy Wilde was no exception. Wilde, like I said, smash mouth style, was able to maneuver and get his shots off. He did jump in a lot, something that he probably would not get away with now, but he was very quick and he was very subtle. Just judging by the clips that I've seen of him, not too much head movement, but that was just how they fought back then. Kind of a survival of the fittest, balls to the wall. 100% machismo type style. That's just how they fought back then. And Jimmy Wilde, hands down to me, I think, even with the flyweight division coming up now, and I think that there's a lot of talent in the flyweight division right now, and also in the 112s, the 115s, and the 118s. I think that Jimmy Wilde is probably one of the pioneers of the smaller weight classes. He was fighting bantamweights, as a flyweight, fighting bantamweights. So, it's something to think about, something to, I'm like, if you're gonna have your top 10, top 15 pound for pound greatest list, you have to name Jimmy Wilde. Jimmy Wilde has to be on your top 10 greatest pound for pound list. And over 100 bouts, 4 losses, and I believe most of his losses were to bigger opponents. I think the last 5 of his career against Pancho Villa out of the Philippines, Francisco Gualedo. His last 5 of his career knocked out in the 7th round. I think he was lured out of that fight for like 13,000 pounds. And 13,000 pounds, is a lot of money. That's like $26,000 in the United States. And, he fought for that much, and as I alluded to in other videos, that was a lot of money at that time. So yeah, he was lured out. He I think he went to the American Boxing Hall of Fame in 1958, and the National in 1990. So overall, great fighter. And if you guys, get a chance, check out some of those fight clips here on YouTube, and especially the fight against Pancho Villa, and also, read about him. But anyway, guys, that was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.